YouTube! We're back with another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing? Today, we're finally back with another episode of Spicy Sports Betting. It has been a little bit, but it's time. There was a break because of Christmas, and the first UFC back was just kind of an card, so I didn't really care about that one too much. But tonight, it's UFC 283, so there's a few exciting fights on this card that I think I'll pick for you guys. And before I get into it, though, I just want to give a quick shout-out to all the new subscribers, to everybody that's been new to the channel because of the Explore videos. Yeah, I do other stuff. This channel is What the Hell Am I Doing? So it means it's whatever I'm doing, but usually it's just explores, sometimes betting on sports, and reviews. That's usually what it is. So if you're new to the channel, welcome to another part of the channel. So today, we're going to go over 3 fights from UFC 283. They're the 3 top fights on the card. I think these fights are all fights that you can flip a coin on for a result. I don't think anybody's going to be a guaranteed winner except for maybe the Gilbert Burns fight. But even that fight, I'm not totally guaranteeing that one or feeling like it's a guarantee. But yeah, we're going to do 3 spicy picks. Today is Super Saturday. Why not do a Super Saturday to return to Spicy Sports Betting for the first one of 2023? So yeah, let's get right down to it. So the first fight we're going to bet on today is Gilbert Burns versus Magny. I think this is going to be a pretty good fight. Gilbert Burns needs to have a big, not a big name, but he needs to get like a name victory to get himself, realigned back for maybe another title shot. Magny's a guy that's been around for a long time. It feels like 100 years now. I believe he was around in GSP's days. Like, I think that's when he first came around, or, towards the end of GSP's days. So, that's now a long time ago. So Magny's been around the sport for a long time. And he's kind of always been in and out of the standings, but he's never really been a, top tier guy. He's been kind of a gatekeeper guy, but too young to be a gatekeeper, if that makes any sense. Like a journeyman, but not quite. So, yeah, it's a little confusing to describe him. He has had some interesting wins, and he's also been beatable by guys that should beat him. So, that's his place, I guess, in the UFC. I mean, he's managed to hang around, so he's obviously done something right. But Gilbert Burns is a guy that needs to do something right because he's a guy that had a high trajectory at one point, and, ever since he faltered a bit, he hasn't really been there again. So he needs to get going. It's going to be an interesting fight. I mean, Magny could surprise the world, yeah. But I think for him to win this fight, I think he's going to have to surprise the world. I think that Gilbert Burns is hungry. I think he's going to bring his A game, and I think he's going to snuff him out with ease. So I'm going to bet. A heaping. You know what? My new ghost pepper sauce is so hot this year. I will do like a massive tablespoon of my ghost pepper sauce because that stuff is brutal hot. As punishment, if Gilbert Burns loses this fight. And then we're going to move on to the next fight, which is Brandon Moreno versus Deiveson Figueiredo. This is the 4th fight. The 4th fight between these guys, if you can believe that. The first fight was a draw. Then Moreno won. Then Figueiredo won. I think that's the order it was. So now they're doing a 4th one because you got to keep doing it until someone's decidedly the winner, right? It only makes sense. Like, this is as even as it can get. So a 4th fight is the unusual tiebreaker for the time being, unless, of course, it's another controversial win or draw or something. I've enjoyed watching the trilogy of these guys so far. I like how it was kind of back and forth. I like how they had the draw. The whole thing has that feel. It's had dramatic moments on both sides. When Moreno won, that was a really exciting moment. But yeah, now here we are, maybe at the conclusion for now, depending how the fight goes. I personally think Deiveson Figueiredo is probably going to come in and I don't know if he's going to be the dominant winner, but I think he's going to show that he's better prepared because I heard that Moreno had a bit of a rough camp. So I don't know how true that is, but, I think Figueiredo was very focused in the last fight too. So I think he's going to come out with, a good game plan that's going to get him ahead on points, and he's going to be able to pull off another victory. So I will bet a tip of this dropper, because it's been a while since I've done this too, and I know that guys like Tommy want to see me eat the goddamn peppers and all that stuff, so, because Tommy loves that joke about what Noah's dad said to me, so I got to do something for Tommy, and I got to do something for Joshua. He thought I was not going to do this anymore. That's not true, Joshua. The spicy sports betting is alive and well. It's just there hasn't been anything that's really interested me. I may not do it as often as I did because I did any time there was a fight. I might do it more for bigger fights now. But no, this isn't over. This isn't over. It's an aspect of the channel that will always be here. This channel is whatever I'm up to. So don't you worry, man. Spicy sports betting sticking around. So yeah, I'll do the tip of this. I'm not going to do like a quarter dropper, but I'll do, a good tip of this if Brandon Moreno wins, because I think this is going to be a close fight, and it really could go either way. So I don't want to go all in on this one. So that's what I'm willing to bet on Deiveson figure out a winner of the fight. And then for the main event, we got Jamahal versus Gilbert Teixeira. And this one's for the vacant light heavyweight title because Yuri had to vacate the title. I forgot his name for a second. Yuri had to vacate the title because of injury. So now the title's up and Glover gets one more crack at it. The only concern I have with Glover is that he is getting old. He is 43 years old. It really hasn't shown up in his fights yet. The fight against Yuri, he looked good. He was winning the fight until he got caught. He made a very careless mistake, but he was exhausted. It was an exhausting fight, and he got caught, and that's how Prohaska became the champion. Stole the title, or not stole the title, but won the title from Glover. That's how Yuri became champion. But leading up to that, Glover won the title himself, and he was very good in that fight. And that was, at 41 or 42. So he hasn't really shown signs of slowing down. His work ethic is still there. His game is still there. He's still got good hands. There's a lot about Glover that I like. The only thing that makes me nervous is that he's 43, and at some point, Father Time catches up to every single fighter, and that's, usually the end. Now, he ran out of gas, and he got caught last fight. Now, that could be because of age. As you get older, it's hard to keep going at the same rate, so ultimately, this fight will answer all those questions. If he just made a mistake, if he was careless, if he was hurt, if he was a little worn out, if it was a little bit of everything combined from the fight. How he takes this fight, how he looks in this fight will ultimately make the decision on how people will perceive him to be. Because, Jamahal, I don't think he's at the level of Glover, but he's getting there. And this could be a fight for him to prove that as well. He has had a good streak in the UFC. I think he's got 5 finishes. So, he's done his part to get this shot and, prove what he's got. I'm just not sure he's there yet. And Glover is going to be a true test for anybody to prove what they've got. So take all these things into consideration. Take Glover's dangerous jiu-jitsu game into consideration as well. I really think that Glover somehow is going to defy Father Time at least once more. I think Glover is going to win the fight tonight. I think Glover is going to become the light heavyweight champion one more time. I don't know if he'll keep fighting after that, but, he says he's going to keep fighting. So we'll see what happens. I think he'll find a way to win the title again, and I'm rooting for him either way. So why not bet on him? I'll bet a quarter dropper of this on Glover Teixeira winning the fight tonight. So let's see how this goes. Those are 3 dangerous bets for UFC 283. And you explore people. This is what I do. Spicy sports betting. I take sports, usually fights, boxing or UFC, and I bet hot stuff on them. And if I lose, I do the hot stuff as punishment for you guys to have a little bit of a laugh. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If not, don't get mad. Just watch the Explore videos if you don't like this. I understand. But yeah, to everybody that has been waiting for this, I personally hope I win all the bets because I don't want to do punishment. But I hope you guys have something to look forward to. And hopefully it turns out maybe in your favor, although I'd rather not. But we'll see how the fights go tonight. But that's all we got for today. I want to get this encoded and uploaded so you guys can watch it a few hours before the fight. And if you're curious about what I thought about who might win, well, there you go. Now go place your bets, if that's your thing. But yeah, that's it for today. So make sure you subscribe to the channel there. Check out the last video there, which is an explore that's really amazing. And check out this random video here. We'll see you guys possibly with some punishment next week. And if not, I got to review my colorblind glasses. We'll get into that at some point in the future. Thanks for tuning in.